Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering the sorta controversial film Men in Black International.
The Men in Black have always protected the Earth from the scum of the universe. And
Scum?
in this new adventure, they tackle their biggest threat to date, a mole in the Men in Black organization.
Oh, so everyone's just got a traitor in their place now.
The trope plot, yes.
Everyone's got it now, so.
But I have to say, before we start,
be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates of future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Yes, because we were very surprised that not only was this movie entertaining, but we actually really liked it.
Right.
And based on the not trailers, but based on the commercials they showed, it didn't look like it was worth watching. And we were like, this doesn't look that great. But we said, let's go ahead and give it a try. And our biggest surprise at the end is that it was based on a comic book series. We were like, well, definitely a podcast. But we actually liked this movie. We actually liked it. Thought Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, who you know from Thor Ragnarok, did a really great job interacting, being the good cop, bad cop team, so to speak. And there are some twists we didn't expect. There's some twists we did expect.
Right.
And we got to see Liam Neeson play a sort of different type of role.
Right.
But Emma Thompson play a role that she was made for as well.
Right. And that's why I'm pointing out that we do know that people were very mixed about the trailers and stuff, because it was such a change of pace from the past three movies. Well, it will have to be, because it's been a year since the third movie. And no, before you ask, no. Unfortunately, there is no cameo.
It's been more than a year.
But yeah, I said years.
Okay.
And let's try this again. We do know, unfortunately, that Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith do not make appearances or cameos in the movie.
Unfortunately. We were hoping they did.
Right, no. That they don't even mention them. This is entirely wanting to be separate from that other movies. The only thing they really have from previous films is the talking dog and the stick aliens from the second film. And
and the worm ones. The worm aliens.
Yeah, that's really it. From this point on, they just kind of do their own thing, have more aliens are now part of the organization as well now, so they've kind of mixed that in. Some are like human-like, some are more alien-like, and they've kind of got a mixture of stuff now.
Now, also, Rip Torn, who was the head of the organization in the previous three movies, also has passed. So Emma Thompson played the new head of the organization.
Right. Which was a fine choice.
Oh, definitely. She was great. She was fantastic. So it worked for me.
And they had more of a different dynamic in here. For the first movie, you had one, both characters took their role seriously, but one was more lax in certain things, and another one was by the books. Well, in here, they went like an extreme opposite. One guy was pretty famous because he was usually sort of reckless, and he was doing the thing with most of the aliens he was trying to catch. He drank a lot. He was like
he was Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, he was worse off Thor Ragnarok. And then Tessa, she was more. They have more of an arc of her, knowing about the organization. She was a kid because she didn't get her memory wiped, and she wants to find and prove that this organization is real, and she ends up joining them, and she's got to work with him. So they kind of did almost like a reverse Get Smart, like the one with Steve Carell. They kind of did a reversal where the new person has to get used to a guy that's reckless and has been there a while, rather than the reverse of the new person's reckless, the guy's been there a while is by the books. They kind of really changed it up, I guess, so it looks different.
Right. But similar to the first Men in Black movie, there's a little something that they're looking for that can change the world entirely. And basically, they try to stop a bad alien yet again from getting it, but there's a great twist. The bad alien isn't the problem. And again, you go through some tropes you're used to. We go through some twists you weren't expecting. But all in all, it was very entertaining. And the climax turned out to be
Sort of. It was passable, I guess.
Yes, that's a good word for it.
Passable. I mean, they don't really explicitly have like a cliffhanger or anything to say,
Right.
oh, here's what's going to happen. But the next movie, they didn't even know they were going to do a next movie because
Right.
they already knew they were going to get some sort of back talk from it, whether it was good or not. So, good.
And the way it ends, it cannot have a sequel. But I must honestly say I would like to see a sequel. Again, it was entertaining. It did exactly what it's supposed to do. Entertain, keep you wanting to see more. You like both of the main characters. You like the story. And it did what it was meant to do. So, on that note, I would definitely like to see a sequel. I don't expect it to be anything serious and deep. I expect it to be a similar type movie as the first one.
Mhm.
It might be international. And that would be okay with me. It's a nice, fun movie to watch, to be distracted from definitely what's going on at the time of recording this, and just for something fun to watch.
Right. And we'll say at least they were still creative with the designs.
Mhm.
It was definitely more Star Wars inspired since this is Fox, so of course it's going to be more Disney inspired in terms of the creatures, and the aliens are going to look more like the Star Wars characters because you were getting that vibe with a lot of them.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, they didn't have the song that you've heard in the other three movies that was
Right.
really iconic, so maybe they wanted to give you something new altogether and not give you that song.
But that's okay. You'll sing it in your head anyway, because you'll catch yourself going, "Men in Black," and you know it's not playing. But in the beginning and at the ending through the credits, you will be singing that song out loud or in your head because you're so used to it.
Right.
Now, I would like to give a shout out to Tessa Thompson. I have to say, you've seen her in the Thor Ragnarok movie. You've seen her one way. In this one, she plays a different character, different personality. She was really great at it. She was really good. And I look forward to seeing her in more movies, whether it be with Chris Hemsworth or whether it be on another trajectory.
Right.
I'm looking forward to see more of what she does.
Right. So, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment to you get updates on future Pause podcasts and World of Pause videos.
Okay, and before we do end, we got to mention the two alien twins, Laurent and Larry Bourgeois in real life. And they reminded us of the Matrix in terms of how they moved and how they operated. But they were standout alien villains. They definitely were standout. Unfortunately, they didn't last in the movie, but they were good.
Right. They were definitely different. They were something like you would see almost from like a superhero comic. So that made sense of why they were introduced in there. Although Mom Entertainment actually called them honestly because they dodge stuff weirdly because they're cosmic. They call them the pop locking aliens.
Yeah,
pop locking, shot dropping, and pop dropping. You feel me?
But they were very memorable and did a great job. And if you guys are familiar with these twins, Laurent and Larry again Bourgeois, let us know what else we can see them in the comments below. And if you've seen this movie and you like it like we do or you don't like it, you can also tell us why. Be sure, whatever you're feeling, relay it to us in the comments below.
Right. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Mascot Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Met her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams, plucking sunlight from the sky